Hello, everybody. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for being here for this session. My name is Mehrdad Hariri, and I'm the CEO and President of Canadian Science Policy Center, the organization that started a couple of years ago as a grassroots initiation by a group of young graduate students and postdoc on the premise of the need for better communication across sectors of science enterprise, academia, government, policymakers, and non-for-profit. The main operation of the CSPC is the organizing an annual conference called Canadian Science Policy Conference, and the fifth anniversary of the fifth conference is coming up in November, and the conference will be held in Toronto. The conference covers various issues at the intersection of science and society, and I highly encourage you to participate and become a delegate at the conference, because you may find it interesting as one of the very unique venues who basically relates the research that you do daily in the lab with the society at large. I must say that the conference organization heavily relies on the volunteers, and CSPC itself is a volunteer-driven organization. And we have currently approximately 80 volunteers from across Canada. Most of them are graduate students, and if you are interested to become a volunteer for CSPC, you can sign up in one of those tables at the registration table outside. The reason for emphasis on volunteer is the fact that one of the pillars of CSPC is the younger generation and introducing younger generation scientists and policymakers into science policy arena. And that has been our forefront agenda from the very beginning. And we have a few proposals in addition to the organizing of the conference, but those, of course, depending on the funding that we received. And one of the interesting one that is I'm personally very passionate about is the establishment of the postdoctoral fellowships in science policy. So the other pillar of CSPC is to be being the hub for science, technology, innovation policy organizations, individuals in Canada, and having organized the seminars such as this, the annual conference, and have an active presence online, opinion section, etc. And if you need more information about the CSPC, you can check out our website, cspc2013.ca and sciencepolicy.ca. But as for today, we have a wonderful program, and I hope you enjoy it. Let me tell you from my own personal experience as somebody who tried to organize national conference in the past 4 years, one of the all-time challenges was to find female speakers for the conference. And I think the statistics supports that, and in Canada at least, we have a serious issue, and that needs to be addressed. So when the numbers show that the female students outnumber male students during the undergrad, but at the PhD level, the numbers are half. And female presence are more scarce even in senior positions in private sector, academia, and government. Let me quote a phrase from the Canadian Council of Canadian Academies that you will hear in a minute from our speakers. But I found it very interesting. There are many reasons for concern at the lack of proportional representation of women in senior positions in all facets of our society, including politics, law, medicine, the arts, business, and academia. The underrepresentation of women in any of these areas is a concern, considering the fundamental Canadian values. And if we don't, the end of the quote, if we don't address this issue, we will not excel in scientific research, and we will not excel in innovation and prosperity, economic prosperity. And the bottom line is, we have made significant changes during 60s, 70s, and 80s in order to provide equal opportunity for women in advanced education. But now we need a paradigm shift in order to ensure that advanced education translates into workforce, more women in senior positions in private sector, in academia, and in government. So, and I think all of us are responsible to talk about this issue. And hopefully this discussion, this panel discussion, prompt even more discussion and more dialogue on this topic. We have an excellent group of speakers, and I just want to indicate that we wanted to have insights from the two groups of scientists in different stages of career, the established one and the newly graduated and hired scientist. But finally, I would like to introduce our moderator today, who flew, I believe, from sunny Halifax to sunny Toronto, Chris Hornberger. And Chris is a partner at Halifax Global. She has been on the CSPC Advisory Committee, and also she championed the drafting of the first strategic plan for CSPC. And she is based in Nova Scotia, and she has been the lead in various important projects and held senior level positions, specifically in information technology, and led a lot of projects, which I'm not going through those. But as I know, Chris is an excellent and superb icebreaker and moderator, and I would like to ask her to join us today from Halifax. Here's Chris Hornberger.